Hi everyone, welcome to the Korg PA keyboard style creation workshop series. This is the first video in the series. I will post more videos with advanced topics on the style creation later. In this video, I will cover two topics, the structure of a style and the interface of the style creation mode. The structure of a style. A style contains different elements like intros, variations, fill-ins, break, and ending. Inside each element, there will be one or more chord variations. A chord variation contains the musical sequences recorded in up to 8 tracks. So when we record a pattern for an element, we would be recording it in one of the chord variations. Depending on the type of element, the number of maximum chord variations available will be different. The variation 1 to 4 can have up to 6 chord variations, but the other elements can have maximum 2 of them. Why do we need to have multiple chord variations inside a single element? The chord variations inside an element are different variants of the same pattern which are programmed for different chord families. There can be a chord variation for the major chord, one for the minor chord, and so on. You can specify which chord variation is to be used for which chord in the chord table inside the style create mode. But in the normal scenario, you need to create only one chord variation for each element. The arranger will automatically transpose the notes to match the chord recognized on the arranger. But if you have more melodic notes other than the chord notes in the key and chords specified for the track, like in the intros or endings, you may need to create different chord variations for at least major and minor chords. The style create mode interface. Let us go to the style record mode now. For that, press the record button on the panel. This is a record mode menu. This screen might look different in other models. This is a screen from a PA4X OS Next. In some models, this screen will look like this. Here you have three options for creating a style: Edit, New, and Style Creator Board. Edit is for customizing an existing style. New is for creating a new style from scratch. Style Creator Board is for converting a MIDI file into a style. This feature may not be available in some models. I am selecting the option New to go to the style record mode with an empty style. Now we are in the style record mode. I'll explain the functions of the settings and controls on the screen now. Element. An element is a part of the style like variations, intros, fills, break, or endings. Here you see the variation 1 which is selected for recording. Chord variation. We saw earlier that the style elements contain chord variations. The recordings are actually done in chord variations. This is a chord variation for the current element which we are editing now. CV1 is selected by default. We normally need to record one chord variation except for intros and endings. We will see that in detail in another video. Resolution. This is the auto quantize settings. When this is set, the notes will be automatically quantized while recording. You need not go to the quantize screen for doing it every time. The default value is high, which means the auto quantize is not activated. To activate it, you have to select one of the options from the drop-down. Select the correct value based on the meter and the type of pattern you are recording. CV length and record length. CV length is the total length of the pattern in the current chord variation. But the record length is the number of measures for the current track. So you can have a different record length for each track, but the record length should always be less than or equal to the CV length, and it should be a divider of the CV length. Like when the CV length is 4, you can set a record length to 1, 2, and 4, but not 3, because it's not a divider of 4. Tempo. Tempo set from here will be saved to the style, and that will be the default tempo for the style. You can change to a different tempo while recording it, but the one which is selected while saving the style will be saved along with the style. Meter. This is a time signature. You can select the time signature you need from the list using the data wheel. Current measure. This is the current measure we are at while recording. Beat counter. This shows a counter with each beats based on the meter while recording. Cue mode. This setting is to configure how the pattern should play while changing elements. When you change from variation 1 to variation 2, from which measure to start variation 2. Key and chord. Key and chord decide what notes to be played while recording the patterns. But this is not needed for drum tracks. When the key is C and the chord is major, you should be playing the notes in C major chord to get a better result. You can set a different key and chord for different tracks. Entity type and entity table. Entity is note transposition table. This decides how the arranger does chord changes for the recorded notes when a new chord is detected. We'll skip this for now and I'll explain this with examples in another video. Octave indicator. This is just an indicator for showing the current octave transpose set for the track while recording. You can change it using the octave up and down buttons on the panel. Delete note. This is used for deleting specific notes which are added by mistake while recording. These 8 tracks shown here are the ones which you are going to record the patterns in. You can select a track by touching it. The color code red indicates a track selected for recording. Green indicates the track is active and that would be played. There is another option with the color code gray, which means the track is muted. The volume sliders here are used for setting the track volume for the entire style. This is common for all the elements. This section is for selecting the sound for the current track. You can touch it and select another sound for the track. Apart from the items on this screen, there are a set of other options available in the menu. To access those, press the menu button on the panel. I'll cover these items in detail in another video, but for now, I will give a high-level overview of them. The items in this menu will be different based on the model you have. In some models, the mixer and the effects section are not available inside this menu here in the style record mode. But those are available in the style play mode menu, and you can set the parameters there and save it to the style using the style settings or style performance. Element track controls. This is used for setting the volume and some other parameters specific to each element. The volume sliders are common for the entire style. But when you need to have a different volume level for a track in an element alone, the expression knob here is the one to be used. We will skip the other parameters for now. Chord table and variation. This is where you tell the arranger which chord variation to be used for which chord or group of chords. This is needed only when you have multiple chord variations recorded for an element. This can be set for each style element. Style track controls. This is used for setting the track type like drum, bass, accompaniment or guitar mode track. Mixer tuning. This section has a lot of parameters like the track volume, EQ, FX, tuning, etc. This is not element specific, it applies to the entire style. Master effects. This is for setting the effect type and configuration for the style tracks. Style edit. This page has the edit options like quantize, cut, delete, copy, etc. Event edit. Here you can edit the individual note, you can change notes or change the duration or volume, etc. Import export. This section is used to export or import each style element as MIDI files. These MIDI files can be used to fine-tune in a sequencing software or import into another style. This tab here is for the guitar mode settings. So this will be active only when you select a track with the type guitar mode in it. For that, press the menu and select the style track controls and select the track to GTR. Then come back to the screen, the guitar mode tab will be activated. Select this tab and you can see the settings for the guitar mode. I'll be posting another video for guitar mode alone. Now let's quickly look at the items in the page menu which can be accessed using the arrow here. Write style. This is for saving the style. Undo. This is a very useful feature in the record mode. You can cancel a record action you did if you are not satisfied with the result. Copy. This is used to copy the track settings like the sound, key, chord, etc. for the tracks to another element. Delete current track. This is used for deleting an entire track. Step record. You can record the notes using the step record mode for a track. This will take you to the step record mode where you can enter the notes one by one. Solo track. This is useful when you want to listen to a specific track after muting all the other tracks. Exit from record. This is for closing the record mode once you are done with the editing. You can also press the record button on the panel as an alternative to this menu item. That's it for this video. In the next video, we will create a new style with variations and fill-ins. Thank you.